Alright YouTube, in this video we are going to see how to create this front page into WordPress page using the plugin called WP Bakery, or it is also called as Visual Composer. So this is the wireframe. In case if you are wondering how to create this wireframe, I have a separate tutorial for this. This is created with the help of Figma, and if you wish to follow with the front page, you will get all the assets in this link. So download this images so that we can start. And as I said, this is going to be the episode 4. Previously we have already created these front page. We have already almost completed 3 front page. So if you wish to look, you are free to go. So this is the first page which we have created with the help of Visual Composer. Let me show you the second page, and this is the second page, and let's get into the third page. And finally we have our fourth page. So this is what we are going to create right now. So what is the scope of this video? We are going to see how to create this grid and the full width grid and the box shadow effect for the grid, and finally how to make this grid smaller so that it fits with the container, and then we have a testimonial section. So this is the scope of the video. Let's get started. The very first thing, we need to create a page. So get into the page, new page, click on page. So let's name it as index 4, and I want the sidebar, no sidebar, and I want the content to be full width. Click on publish, and let's get into the URL, and let's edit this with Visual Composer. So if you click on this link, and not to forget, we are using the Wordpress theme, and along with that we have our WP Bakery plugin. I'm using it. So theme and plugin, I have mentioned it, so you can get it from the internet. So let's create an element first. This is going to be row, and this row, let's edit the heading. So let's have a heading first. So this is going to be fast and efficient, so we won't be worrying about the text. We are just concerned how to design. So let's let it be h6 and the text align left, and let the color be white because we'll be adding background in a minute. So let the font size, font family be Roboto, and click save. Now it won't show up because the font. Now let's add one more content, and this is also going to be heading. The text is, yeah, this is copy. We can copy this, not a problem. So let's add a break tag on the first line, and as I said, this is going to be h1, and let the font size be 55 and color be white, and let the font family be Roboto, and let the font weight be normal, and click OK. So before doing anything, let's add all our CSS, required CSS. I'll leave this link in the description. I'll leave the CSS file link in the description, just follow along. Now we need a button, so let's add a button, and this button going to have a text called read more, and let's add a class called shiny button. Click on save changes. So we have just the border radius and the color, background color, that's it. Now let's edit this row. We have to get this link, so just edit this row and get the background image. So let's get this, click on set image, and I need the margin left of 50, click, and I want this to be full height, and let it stretch, and click on save. And now we got our banner section. Let's update this. Let's work on the second section, which is going to be a row again. And as you see, this content, it's at the middle, so let's edit this row and have the left and right margin of 150. And now we want this row to be of 3 columns. Let's click on 3 column and update. And now we need 1 icon and 2 heading. Let's select the icon. Let the icon be anything, but it should be black, and the size be extra large, and the text align center. Click on save. Now what we need 2 heading, so let's copy this first heading, and let's drag this and place it below. And we want to change the color. Let the color be black, and the text align be center. Click on save. Let's add one more heading and let the text be text align center, and I want the color to be gray, so I have added a class. So let this be Roboto again. Click on save changes, and let's make this h4, h5, so that's okay. Now we just have to copy this and place it to the remaining grids. I'm just pausing it and doing it. So fine, we have. Now let's edit this grid, and let's have the negative margin of 150 pixel. Click on save. And now we need to give the class, so let's edit this row and give the class called bg red, which I have already mentioned it on the CSS file. And the one thing what we missed is we need to add a row, and we need to place this inside a row. So let's place this content inside a row so that we can give separate color. Now if I give this color, if I give a class to this bg white, and now you got it. The same way, let me remove the bg red and make a duplicate copy of this, and place the inner column over here and the inner column over here, and then just delete the heading. Cool. Now let's edit this and give the color bg red, and we need to change the color of the icon to white, and the heading color to be again the same white. And let's change this color as well. I think we have to give bg text white. It's again a CSS class which I have added. I will just have the class So I think we have completed this. Now let's work on the next section. So click on this plus and we need a row. So this row has a margin on left and right 50 pixel each, and now this is going to be the 2 column. The first one, let's add a simple image. Let this be full width. So let's add a margin to this row. And now we can just copy this and place it over here. So as we did earlier, let's make this inside a row. So in case if you want to color it, it would be easy. Place this inside row, and again we need let's edit this first. Let the color be red and the text line be left. Click on save, and let's edit this row and content position to middle. Click on save. The next thing, we need a heading, so let's get this heading and just drag this. Let's have the color of black, and let's edit this. So let's change the text about our company. So let's add a text block. Let's copy this text, and we don't need the read more button. So let's have the class call gray. So if you see, and now it's working. I just copied and pasted, that was a problem. So we need a duplicate of this button. Just drag it and place it below. Click on save, and now we have this gray section. Let's create a row, and let's edit this. So if you see, we have a padding of 50 on both sides, and let the padding on top and bottom also be 50. Click on save. Let the background color be somewhat this way. Click on save changes. Now we need 3 columns. Click on update. So the first one will have the text block, so the second one will have the text block. So let's add the text and the class color gray. The same way you can make a copy of this and drag it inside the column. So the second one, we need this heading. So this heading is available over here, just a copy and drag it inside. Let the text, let's copy the text. Click on save change. Now let's edit this row, and I want the content to be at the middle. Content position middle, click on save changes, click on update. So we have completed this section as well. Now finally we need this. So as you see, we have a column. Let's create a column again. Let's create a row again, and this row is going to have 50 pixel margin on all sides. And click on save changes. We need 3 columns in this row. Update, and after that click on this. We need an inner row, and this inner row is going to have the same box which we did here. Just make a copy of this, just drag it and place it into the inner column which we have created right now. So let's place this inside the row, inner row. Cool. Now to add the box shadow, I need to give the class called box shadow, which does simply add the box shadow and reduce the width of the container. The same way, let me add this as a copy. So let's clone this inner row itself. And let's place this inner row on the adjacent columns. Click on update. Once it is updated, let's preview this. So the name we have given this index 4. So as you can see, everything seems to be working perfect. We just need to add margin. So we need column gap. So let's get the parent and let's add the column gap somewhat 30 pixel. Click on save changes. If you update, you can see the changes, but we'll work on this section now. We need a row, and this row again will have padding. Let's add padding 50 pixel on all sides. And we need to add the background image. So let this be the background image, and let's make it stretch row, and we don't need column gap. Let the content position be center. So let's first make this 2 and place it. We need this guy. Just drag this and place it, and if you want, you can edit it and make the size smaller. Let's make a copy of this. Just drag this and place it inside the inner column. Now let's edit this. We just need one para, and let the color be text white, and we need to add padding. Let's add a padding of 500 pixel from left. So this is how it looks. So let's change the text. Now we need another row. We need another row and add a margin right let's add the margin right of 400 pixel, and let's make the content position middle, and to give the card effect we are adding the class called card, and let the column gap be 20 pixel. Click on save changes. So let's edit the column. We need 3 column, and let's add the icon box, which we can make a copy from here, and call this button, and a phone number. Let's edit this and change the color to somewhat reddish. Now let's work on the text. Let's give the color text white, and let the text be colors, and finally we need to add phone number. This is not my phone number, I'm just making it a random one. Now let's click on update and check on the front page. So this is how it looks. I think we don't need the text, we need to make this black. We need to add padding, so let's check the inspect what is causing the issue. Let's check whether we have added the classes, required class. Copy this, get into the inspect, and search for the class which you have added. Let's open this. Let's try to give padding. Yeah, this works. So it's BC column inner. So let's get into the CSS, and we have card, we need to add padding 20 pixel, make it important. Click on save, refresh this. So already there is a class. Let's get the class. So we have to update. I think we forgot to update this. So that's cool. So if I refresh, we could see the effect taking place. Now you just make a copy and place it to the adjacent or inner rows. So I think I can skip this part and pause it. I'll do this. So here you go. So finally we have our testimonial section. If I refresh it, cool. Now let's get the row, and we need to add margin to the row, 50 pixel top, and left and right let's make this 100, and we need to drag the content. So I'm leaving this to you. So we have a testimonial section, you can drag it from here, and the heading, you just need to align the position, the text alignment to center, the same way get this text aligned to center. So I'm leaving this to you. We just added the class called callGray, and let's create a row, inner row, which will have the left and right margin 100 pixel each. Click on save. We need 50% column on both sides, and on the second column we need an image. Let's add the image, and let's make the size to full. I'm going to give class to this column, not column but row, just to remove the padding for the image. Click on save change. Now let's give the color to this row. I'm just giving this red, you go with the theme color. And what do we have? We have the para, and two headings. Just or drag it and paste it, and let the text align for the row be middle, and let us make this white. Cool. Now just get this heading and make this heading as a name. Make it H5, make the color as white. Click on save. Cool. Make a duplicate of this and edit this. Make it H6 and let it be very light. Click on save change, and you can make this as your designation. And if you want, you can give the negative margin of -20 pixel. and update. And finally, let's see our output. We have completed the banner section, the grid section, about us section, and this section with the text shadow section, half width section, and finally testimonial. So that's all for this video. Thank you so much for listening. Meet you in the next tutorial.